evening. You're with Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas G. Viewers, the Enforcement Directorate has arrested SDPI National President MK Faizi from Bengaluru late last night. This arrest is in connection with ED's ongoing investigation into a money laundering case against the banned organization, the PFI. Faizi was presented in the Patiala House Court of the national capital, where ED has sought 10 days custody of the SDPI National President, but the court has granted 6 days of ED custody as of now. Here's what Faizi said after he was sent to 6 days of ED's custody.
सर आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे 6 दिन की कस्टडी गई
अभी तो कस्टडी में है देखेंगे बाकी लीगल प्रोसीजर हम देख रहे हैं
Now, this is MK Faizi while exiting the court. Now, what happened inside the court is of utmost importance, ladies and gentlemen. Listen into some of the arguments which are coming in from the agency. They will shock you. Because while seeking Faizi's custody, the ED has told court that investigation has shown that the SDPI is a front organization of PFI which has been banned by the union government. Now, that's something that is well known in terms of the links. But the ED has also claimed that funds were transferred from the PFI to the SDPI, and the alleged deep-rooted nexus between the two organizations has been put out there in terms of allegations at this point of time by the agency. Now, Times Now has also exclusively accessed the remand note of the Enforcement Directorate in this case. This sheds light on how the PFI was using SDPI as its political front to further its own agenda. Let's take a look at some of the startling revelations ED's made in this remand note. Revelation number 1. The seized documents show that SDPI is a front of PFI. Revelation 2. PFI and SDPI using assets acquired in the name of SDPI. Revelation number 3. There's the deep-rooted nexus between the two organizations. The fourth revelation. Overlapping membership of cadre of PFI and SDPI. Revelation 5. Involvement of PFI office bearers in the founding of the SDPI. Revelation number 6. The PFI is carrying out anti-national activities through the SDPI. Revelation 7. PFI used to control, fund and supervise the activities of the SDPI. And Revelation 8. The true objective of PFI was to advance the Islamist movement. Revelation 9. To achieve this, the PFI formed SDPI and other front organizations. Let's take this across to Bhavtosh Singh, who's in fact joining us for more on this. Bhavtosh, these are some very, very shocking revelations. Now, we all know that the PFI and the SDPI are linked, but there's always been an attempt to distinguish between the two organizations, which is thus far always been said that SDPI is a registered political party. It is, of course, those who subscribe to SDPI have the democratic right as a political party to believe in the ideology, and they're not the same as the PFI. What the ED has done now with this particular remand note is that it has shown how close those ties are. It's not just about the money, it's also about the individuals and the purpose of these organizations that they share. Bhavtosh.
Yes, Madhav, this is for the first time that a member or an office bearer of SDPI has been arrested, and they have arrested the national president of the political party. SDPI has condemned this arrest, but the court documents that Times Now has accessed, in fact, shows that the link between SDPI and the banned organization PFI runs deep. They have said that the founding members are virtually same, but importantly, where it could mean trouble for SDPI is the fact that they have said that the PFI is the one that selects candidates for SDPI, which fights election both at the assembly level as well as at the Lok Sabha level. This is mentioned in the remand note which ED had submitted in the court. Importantly, they have also said that PFI also manages their campaign both at the state level as well as at the Lok Sabha level. Now, these are very serious charges that ED has leveled, but these are all that have been mentioned in the court document. document. The trial, in fact, will decide whether the ED's allegations are true or not. Not. But importantly, they have also said that the funding of SDPI is done by PFI. Remember, PFI is a banned organization. It has been banned by the Union Home Ministry, and if there is any linkages between the two organizations, then SDPI is in a big trouble.
Okay.
The question is, will Enforcement Directorate write to Election Commission of India, because SDPI is a registered political party.
Okay.
They're still fighting elections both at the assembly level as well as
What does this really do in terms of SDPI itself? Will there be any further action taken? Remains to be seen. Of course, ultimately, these charges will have to also be proven in a court of law, Bhavtosh, but very, very serious charges prima facie that are being made there by the agency. Thanks so much for that quick update there, Bhavtosh. And let's quickly also tell you what the response is coming in from, in fact, the SDPI. They've issued a statement condemning the arrest and call it nothing but political vendetta. Meanwhile, the Congress party states that the probe shouldn't turn into a political investigation to target certain organizations with a certain political ideology. Listen in.
We urge that there has to be a fair investigation and a deep investigation. Any unlawful activity, any amounts which are coming through different sources within the country, and which is, if at all it is being used against the interest of the country, should be taken up very seriously. But it should not be a political investigation and target some organization. The ED should definitely investigate, go deep into it, understand how these things are working, and if at all it is affecting our country in any manner, then it should be taken up very seriously.
Let's take it across to our guest. Joining us is Advocate Padmanabhan, who's a BJP spokesperson. With us is Sushil Pandit, activist. Sarfaraz Wani is a lawyer. Joining us with us also is Yasmin Farooqi, SDPI National General Secretary. Yasmin Farooqi, let me begin with you. Just look at the kind of charges that are being made, not just in terms of the organization where individuals are shared. Resources from the SDPI have been, or from the PFI have been used by the SDPI, and also talking about a common purpose that both of these organizations have, and thereby trying to reduce the differences between the two organizations. The true objective was to advance the Islamist movement. This is what has been stated by, in fact, the Enforcement Directorate in court. Your response to that?
बिल्कुल गलत, बिल्कुल झूठ, इसमें से एक भी चीज़ जो है वो सही नहीं है। हम पॉलिटिकल पार्टी हैं और हम एहतजाज करते हैं, क्योंकि हम एहतजाज करते हैं और सड़कों पे आते हैं तो सरकार को हमसे तकलीफ होती है, और उस तकलीफ का रिजल्ट जो आता है वो इसी तरह आता है। ये सारे इल्ज़ामात झूठ हैं, हमारा किसी से कोई ताल्लुक़ नहीं है, हमारा कोई इस्लामिक मूवमेंट का कोई लेना देना नहीं है। हम लोग लोकतंत्र में काम करते हैं, हम लोग कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के पीछे काम करते हैं, क्योंकि हम लोग वक्फ के लिए लड़ रहे थे और आवाज़ उठा रहे थे, इसलिए उन लोगों को तकलीफ शुरू हो गई। वो हर उसका आवाज़ को दबा देंगे, कुचल देंगे, जो संविधान के अंतर्गत काम करेगी।
तो आप कह रहे हैं कि आपका पीएफआई से कोई लेना देना नहीं है? जो जिस पीएफआई के लोगों की एक नहीं कई सारे केसेस में हिंसा का प्रयोग करने का आरोप लगाया गया है, टेरर के केसेस भी कुछ केसेस में इन्वोक किए गए हैं, और साथ ही साथ ये भी कहा गया इस पूरे चार्जशीट में कि पीएफआई अपने एंटी नेशनल एक्टिविटीज एसडीपीआई के थ्रू कैरी आउट कर रही है।
आप झूठ को तो कैसे भी बोल दो, और आज तक कोई चीज प्रूव नहीं कर पाए हैं, झूठ बोले जा रहे हैं। ईडी एक इनका बहुत अच्छा हमला है, इस्तेमाल करते हैं, एक बहुत अच्छा हथियार इन्होंने ले रखा है, जिसको चाहते हैं ईडी के अंदर बुला लेते हैं और परेशान करते हैं। हमें सिर्फ वो डराना चाहते हैं, धमकाना चाहते हैं कि हम हक और सच के रास्ते से हट जाएं। जो भी इल्जाम आते हैं वो प्रूफ नहीं कर पाएंगे।
Let me bring in Sri Padmanabhan. These are all allegations. Nothing has been proven thus far in a court of law. We are being targeted because we are opposing the issue of the Waqf bill. Respond to what's being stated by the SDPI National General Secretary, please.
See, Popular Front and SDPI are sister organizations. What is applicable to PFI is applicable to SDPI also. The SDPI is the political friend of PFI. Now, what is happening after the ban of PFI? These persons who were earlier working in PFI are now working under the banner of SDPI, and they are doing the same illegal activities. And also, one more thing, here in Kerala, they are in hand in glove with the Congress, that is the UDF. See, recently a by-election took place in Palakkad, and the Congress won there. when the Congress won, the first persons to hit the streets celebrating the victory of the Congress party were the SDPI workers. So here they are in good connection with the Congress party also.
Okay.
So in Kerala, as we know, is the state where the largest number of the PFI workers were arrested. 25% were arrested from Kerala, largest number in India. Kerala is the place where these parties or these organizations were formed. Earlier it was NDF. Then in 2012, they held a conference in my place in Calicut, and they formed PFI.
Okay.
Now PFI, SDPI, Campus Friend, etc., these people are working together.
Okay.
They are engaging in bringing of illegal amounts money from in large numbers.
Okay. Okay. These are very serious charges, Mr. Sri Padmanabhan. Please stay with us. Sarfaraz Wani, I want you to come in on this. Whether it is the NDF, whether it is the PFI, whether it is the SDPI, they are all the same, says the BJP spokesperson. But what has the ED said in court? The ED has said that there is a overlapping of membership between the SDPI and the PFI. They have also said that it is the PFI office bearers who have founded the SDPI. What would you say about these charges? Because these are very, very serious, that show the links between the SDPI and the PFI,
See, Madhavan,
which is a deep-rooted nexus as per the agency investigating this case. Sarfaraz.
See, Madhavan, my problem is the timing and my problem is the selectiveness. I am not against ED and CBI investigating. I am against the selective investigating. Understand my point. We see these agencies either investigating the opposition leaders, either they file cases against the minorities. I have never seen them investigating the BJP and all their coalition partners. Have you ever seen any case against any BJP member, any parliamentarian by the ED or the CBI? No, because these are not the agencies of the country. They have become agencies of the BJP. And you see anybody who joins BJP gets a clean chit.
Mr. Wani, if this was merely political targeting, I would still buy your argument and there could be a political debate around it. But in this case, the allegation is of carrying out anti-national activities, and that's what makes it starkly different from all other cases investigated by ED. And I want to bring in Sushil Pandit on that point. Sushil Pandit, is it fair to draw an equivalence between this case that is being investigated by the ED, and of course it's politically contentious? We've seen what has been stated by different political parties in different states. They say that the opposition is being targeted. But in this case, SDPI is not a ruling party. But the reason that this is so important is that there are anti-national activities that perhaps for the first time have been alleged on a political party registered with the Election Commission of India in this manner.
Thank you, Madhavan. You are absolutely right. This comparison is spurious. The point is, there is one investigating agency. That investigating agency investigates all money laundering cases, whether they are associated with politicians, whether they are associated with terror groups, whether they are associated with criminal businessmen or any other kind of nexus. Gun runners, drug runners, all issues, all kinds of crime. If they are from different aspects, different walks of life, they are to be investigated by the same agency. But just because that agency is prosecuting some politicians on this, you say that they should not prosecute jihadi organizations, they should not prosecute anti-nationals, they should not prosecute banned organizations. It's a spurious argument. And it is coming from someone who's from Kashmir or who knows how things work in Kashmir. The problem here is this organization was banned in 22, 16 years after it was formed. We all know SDPI and PFI have had links. These links were open and public. Their leaders went to Turkey. They established a document, a doctrine where they want to Islamize India. Their activities, not just these individuals, beyond individuals, as an organization, as a declared goal, has been to foment trouble in India, to subvert India from within.
Yeah.
These actions should not be against these individuals. These are branches and leaves. They should go root and stem, completely unearth this controversy and smash it. This tinkering of individuals off and on will not only let them grow and flourish in different names. What stops them from starting another organization? Like PFI was banned, they started SDPI. Today, SDPI will be banned, they'll start another organization. There should be a complete stop on this. And that has to be through a comprehensive acknowledgement of the fact that they have unleashed a jihad.
Well, it is a fact also, Sushil Pandit, let me just add, while of course the national security concerns, whether there are anti-national activities being carried out, whether there are links of the banned organization PFI with the political party, the SDPI, all of these certainly are issues of concern. But yes, it is also a fact that the courts have expressed their concern on the use of these agencies and whether in some cases the agencies have gone beyond their remit. Will the agency in that event be able to prove these charges beyond reasonable doubt in a court of law continues to remain an important point of contention here. On that note, let me leave it there. Advocate Sri Padmanabhan, Sushil Pandit, Sarfaraz Wani, Yasmin Farooqi, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us this evening.